Hey guys, Vic is here from Imagica, and this is my guitars part 2. You guys, thank you very much, were so responsive on the first with Jake Bates, and I decided to continue with just showing you my guitars, which I'm constantly playing and recording in the studio. So this instrument basically needs no introduction. It's iconic instrument by Hetfield Metallica, which is by far one of my personal heroes, and basically, who's not into that if you play metal and if you listen to Metallica from your childhood, and it's so diverse in terms of cleans, ballads, and thrashy stuff, and mixing genres, and yeah, it just needs no introduction, so I stop saying that. So this instrument is, well, it's amazing. It's the first guitar I bought when I had a certain amount of money, actually. I went to the shop to my friends, and basically I spent 2 days, like 3-4 hours playing different instruments, and since the first time I grabbed my hands on that and started chugging my favorite riffs, I was immediately blown away, and I said, like, yeah, this is it. It was no effects, it was just, I was just plugging into the stack, and it was Marshall something, which is normally standing in on the control rooms and in the guitar shops. And I was immediately blown away by this guitar. First of all, it's like somebody told on the web that like it's like a grand piano of the guitars, and I totally back this up, because this finish is black gloss or gloss black, whatever, and it's just amazing. It's actually rare to buy this kind of finish these days. It's already stopped manufacturing, as far as I'm concerned. I may be mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, normally it's already a matte finishing, but this gloss finishing is just superb. I mean, it's so cool. It's so nicely looking, and it's so beautiful to watch. Actually, it's so beautiful to touch, and I'm still so in love with that guitar. So mahogany body, set neck, mahogany neck, definitely, and Massacre or something, I'm constantly forgetting this word, ebony fretboard. It's just different. It's so solid, and it's so sort of no flaws in that. Just very, very polished, and so as you might see. So it's like, yeah, it needs to be cleaned a bit, because I'm living here in Portugal, and in Portugal is extremely humid weather, especially in winter time. The difference between night and day is so immense, and for guitar players and guitars, it's not the best combination, bro. And yeah, so it needs to constantly be cleaned, and with lemon oil and everything. And since my last recording, since our recording with David in studio, I didn't touch it for a while. So this is my first time in it. Misha? Oh, by the way. This is one of my guys, yeah, also black, also a bit gloss, yeah, right? So, hush. And yeah, so let's continue with the guitar. So definitely, it's like this guitar I changed nothing, because it just so cool as it is. Tunematic bridge, AMG pickups, headset, definitely James Hetfield signature pickups. Very good for this aggressive high mids, but with this guitar, with this resonance, that this body, because it's a large body, man. It's like when you play it standing, and I'm basically 182 centimeters tall, and yeah, when you're standing playing it, it still looks like a fucking bass, you know, like it's so solid. At the same time, it's not that thick as Les Pauls, or even less thick than Gibson prototype of Explorer shape, which makes it just more resonant when you're chugging it, and the more you chug, the more resonance you feel in your ribs. The strings is D'Addario XXL 1046, and man, it's so nice finish. It's so superbly done. Yeah, this inscription LTD is standing out. It's not written. It's basically a logo, which I think glued to it, made of metal. The set of locking tuners from ESP It's already from the factory, so you basically don't need to check it. And I travel a lot, and this guitar I travel with as well. Normally I release the strings when I put it in a bag and on a solid bag and give it to the luggage, or take with me, but it depends on the price. And these guitars, both this and another one from ESP, I just don't do anything because they are so solid built, and the strings never go out of tune. Maybe just half tone or something, but it's just there. When you grab it after the flight, it's just there. You can check immediately. Just a minor tuning. So yeah, it's another big plus for me, I would say, because sometimes you're checking just an open string first position, and it's always, for me, it's for my hands at least, it's always cool to have this volute. They call it volute as I remember. Yeah, this little thing, this little heel over there. When you're checking here in that position, it helps the hand not to be sliding, not to slide away, sort of down. So you constantly feel this volute. Definitely guitar building wise, they did it to empower the headstock, so as it to be less breakable. And yeah, so it's made in Korea. There are certain manufacturers, I think it's Korean and Indonesia, but this one is made in Korea, which makes it even better. With that particular guitar, we recorded Insanity, and Insanity is a drop C sharp, so basically it's tuned in drop C sharp. In the ideal world, I would wish this compartment to be opened with a click, you know, like, but you need to unscrew it every time you change the battery. This set of pickups sort of very economy in terms of power consumption, in terms of a battery. If it's like every day you're gigging, then you change it in a month, just to be on the safe side. Normally I have like 5 months of that, no problem at all. And somebody said it's even more, like 8 months to a year, but I never experimenting with that. Normally if I have the feeling that probably it stayed a long time in the case, so I just change it immediately. It's not that much money, as you might have known. And yeah, what else can I say about this guitar? So this is a weird sign that this contains something, I don't know, it's probably I've read that this is due to LA legislation, because when these guitars manufactured in Korea, they go to the US for checking and fine-tuning, and only after that they shipping to you worldwide. So it's man, what else can I say? Have a look at this beauty. Have a look at it's just amazing instrument. And once in a while I just, you know, I need to hold it, I need to play it. Even if you don't use it regularly, you just take it out of the box just to check, just to play your favorite riffs, just to play through the songs. And this is an amazing instrument, an amazing piece of art, I mean. And yeah, of course it's less expensive than ESP, because normally even the guys with the bands, you know, like, and proper income, well, it's like either you have about 2 grand or 5 grand. It's a big, huge difference, right? And this one new was about 2 point something, 2.3, and yeah, like 2300, and it was already a lot, you know, and like the guys playing regularly and using it on the gigs, you don't wanna spend more than 1,000 and a half. And yeah, this is like definitely more expensive guitar, but ESP not LTD is even more expensive. But I think I talked to many guys about that, and everybody said, like, yeah, if you feel the difference, but it's not that much difference between those two, and like more than twice more expensive. And yeah, this is my guitar number 2 to show you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you do, just drop me a comments below, because we are a rising band, you know, like, and it's so hard to squeeze into the market. And of course we push it through and keep recording the album. While I'm sitting and talking, David is doing number 1, the title track of the album, which is a pain in the ass to do because it's a lot of guitars, a lot of vocals, a lot of other instruments and film score-ish stuff that we normally use in the tracks once in a while. And your support is really important for us. We appreciate that very much and treasure your input, your creative input, and your supportive input, you know. And so thank you very much indeed. Stay tuned, stay with the Magica, and remember, you all number one. Despite of the fact that the world is all against it, we are being imposed from our childhood that like, no, I'm not the guy, but you are. You are the guys and ladies who will break it through, you know. And I strongly believe it. I strongly believe it. I'm an optimist by nature, even when it's tough to admit. And so thank you very much indeed. Stay tuned, stay with the Magica, and this is My Guitars Part 2. I hope you enjoyed it, and put this thumb up button, subscribe, and stay with us. It's very important for us. So hugs from Portugal, stay with Ukraine, and you roll number one.